ready? You posing? Why are you
Posing.
posing?
Because I'm ready to go live.
Well, we're live. We just gotta wait.
Live and
Somewhat. My hands are cold.
my
That's just-
nose is cold.
Yeah, a little bit. It's
Yeah.
yeah. Chilly up here, but not bad.
Good thing is we're indoors today.
For now.
Yes, for now. We're going to be in for most of the day, I think. So,
Hi, Terry. Nice to have you.
hey.
Hey.
Hey. Yeah, so we are here again,
We're
2021.
First
Woohoo!
one.
First one of the second season. Would that whole year be a season?
If you're going TV terms, it's like a season and a half, kind of. Because more TV is like 24 episodes, and we did more than 24.
Oh yeah, we did like 50 something, didn't we? No,
I don't think we got to 50. We got to like 35.
35. Okay, that's what it was. Yeah. So, maybe I was including our Leo Frank videos and Locomotive Chase videos.
Yes.
But there's a lot.
Hi, Snooki. Hi, Lee.
Hi.
Or Elizabeth, sorry, and John.
While we're waiting for everybody to join, we're just small talking here. And talking about our old videos. In 2020, we started this program when the pandemic hit. And we did 35 or 40, we don't know.
Somewhere around there,
Somewhere in there videos. So if you haven't seen them all, we encourage you to check out our YouTube page. Are they all on our YouTube page?
They are all on YouTube.
Yeah, or our Facebook page. We've got them archived there as well. So lots of fun things. We have gone through so many fun places in the city that, you'd think after working in the museum for almost 2 decades, both of us, that we would have been to more of our historic spots in the city. And just, individual buildings and houses. We always knew they were there, but to actually go in them.
Yeah, we just, if COVID gave us an opportunity for wonderful things, this is it. It really is.
We are not letting it go, even when pandemic is over.
Yeah, no. We have too much fun doing this.
Too much fun doing this. So.
Do you want to add to the fun right now?
Oh, gosh.
So I told Amy that what is life without whimsy? And we are in the old Coca-Cola building.
Yes, we are.
All right, so I have a surprise. It's hidden away.
Yay! That's right. You didn't tell me there was a surprise.
Here's your hat.
Oh, yes. I
Here's
love
my
a good
hat.
costume.
Yes.
I love a good costume.
So
Can you see that? Yeah, I can't see it, can they?
Go over on the other side and I'll
here.
flip it. So we had a whole slew of these hats, and so we don't need all of them. So I was like, oh wait, it's really dark right here. Oh my gosh.
Dark?
That's okay. What does it say, everybody? It's Coke. It's the real thing.
Coke. It's not Pepsi. It's adjustable. Pull out to your head size.
Thank God, because I got a big head, y'all.
Oh yes, this is
big
perfect. Look at us go. I feel like I'm at the varsity.
See,
too,
like, I can't even fit it. Like, I
I
have
have to
to-
do it this way so you can see the Coke. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
I love it.
Oh, that's the adjustable part. Okay, I got it.
So fun. Yay.
This idea dawned on me like yesterday, and I was like, oh, I
Love
bet
it.
I can find them.
So yes, so for those who missed that, we are, today's History Loves Company, the first one of 2021, is in the old Coca-Cola bottling plant on Roswell Street in Marietta.
Steve said you would make a comment about your hair looking bad, but I look bad with this hat on. It's me,
mind
Steve.
hats.
I don't like that.
I don't mind hats.
I just have I have a really big head. That's the problem.
Yeah, you know.
Big brain. That's my
Oh,
thing.
thanks. Anna just posted a link to our past History Loves Company episodes, so thank you, Anna. And so today let's go ahead and get started now that we are ready. We are official.
We are official.
Official as we walk through this building. This is a really cool building. We're gonna, in a little bit, go outside so you can see the exterior of it. We wanted to stay inside as much as we could. But if for those who drive up and down Roswell Street, between the Big Chicken and the Square, if you're heading from the Big Chicken to the Square, it would be on your left. And it's recognizable mostly because it's a brick building, and above the front door has is it marble, you think? We'll look when we go out there. I think it's a marble,
it might be marble
relief of a Coke bottle. Coca-Cola.
Which is actually kind of hard to see now.
It is, but I think if you're driving, you could probably still see it.
Yeah, I think if you're driving west, you can see it better than driving east.
Yeah. And this building also, I have to say, has one of the most remarkable views in the whole city. Because as you are in these offices and you look out the front door, the windows around here, you see the National Cemetery, which is just stunning, as always.
We'll show you guys a little bit. Like, we can see it right now.
Yeah, I can see it all around. So we're surrounded by windows. So, so we started up here in the upstairs of this building, and we're going to wander around in a second. But do you want to start with?
I want to start with our. I want to start with our poll.
Oh,
see where
who's winning?
I don't know. We'll find out. On both, so we have three. Yeah, well, I have it on. Well, it's the same one.
Oh.
So we have it on Instagram and our Facebook page in our stories. Okay, so you have to go to our stories. We have 3 poll questions.
Very important.
Very important ones. Let me find them, guys. So, all right.
Much more fun than our recent poll. Or I mean, not us, but the recent voting.
Oh, voting. This voting was way easier, I'm sure. Okay. So here we go. Here was my first question. Which do you prefer, Coke or Pepsi? So far it's 75% for Coke and then 25% for Pepsi. Soda or pop? 78% said soda. It's all called Coke, yes or no? 50-50 right now.
Oh yeah, it's all Coke. It's all Coke.
It's not all Coke.
If I go to Utah and say I want a Coke, I mean, they may only have Pepsi products, but even when I'm in the KFC or Taco Bell line, I still ask for Coke.
Well, so on Instagram though, it's 70% said it's all Coke. So Instagram is definitely showing a little bit more of like it's Coke.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're in Atlanta. I mean, come on.
Yeah, no. See,
yeah. So, so tying into Atlanta, gosh, I didn't look at, and I should know this as a native, when Coke was founded. I feel like it was 1880s.
Yeah, while we don't condone any sort of libation drinking, we do condone drunk history, and there is one on Coca-Cola, and it's pretty amazing. So if you do need to watch
the drunk history, well, on the History Channel.
No,
it's Funny or Die. Comedy Central.
It's Comedy Central has drunk history.
Yeah.
But Pemberton was a Civil War vet, if I remember that correctly.
That's
so it's
right.
70s, 1870s, 1880s, and yes, it's true. Most sodas or drinks, whatever you call it, soft drinks, did have a medical component in the beginning. And yes, we I don't know if you ever remember this. When we used to do school tours, obviously we're not doing them right now, kids would always ask if Coca-Cola had cocaine in it, and yes, that is true. That is true, yes. So
I always take cocaine for my medical purposes. You don't?
Not recently, no.
Carbonated cocaine?
Carbonated cocaine. But yes, it's true. Most of this one, see, I told you my head.
It's adorable. Just go with it.
But it's going to fall off, and I don't want to lose my crown. So, yeah, the product was made for medicinal purposes. Coke, Pepsi, root beer, any of them, that's what they were for.
Yeah.
So, all right.
But anyways, my point to that was around the 1880s, we think. If somebody knows, feel free to comment below.
Does it say established?
I don't think so. Okay. But by when did he take over the Coke thing? 10? By 1910. Yeah, 1910. Coke was in Marietta here. It had a presence in Marietta.
Yes.
Not in this building, but had a presence in Marietta. So we're going to follow that path, that history of Coca-Cola's presence in Marietta, which is still here today, and we'll tell you that at the end too, where they are. So let's start with
what was here before that.
Well, do you want to start with this, or want to start with Ian?
No, because those pictures are downstairs.
Okay.
So what was this property before Coca-Cola building was here? Because that's only going to take me a minute.
Okay, we'll do that. Let's talk about that. Even though this is not the first building the first bottling company building in Marietta, okay? But
let's go back
with the
non-bottling history.
Okay.
Just what
property
history. Property
history. Okay.
So we're on Roswell Street, and next to us is Lakewood, and on the other side is Coriel Street. So that's kind of where we're in between. Those are our cross streets. I literally can see Cobb Hardware outside the window. I'll show you guys that in a second. It's just the lighting was really dark when I switched it. So this property is property that was owned by the Groovers, and that's a name you hear a lot around Marietta. A lot of Groovers. Groover Hardware, yes. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it.
Yay!
Oh, look, we were like really
1892.
close to like the date, like the anniversary and stuff, like January.
Oh,
Thanks.
all right, sweet. So that's 1892.
Yes, there are articles, Jack, that refer to Coke as dope. Yeah.
Dope.
All right,
It's dope, yo.
It is dope.
It is so dope. But yeah, so 1892 it's created in Atlanta, and then by 1910 it's here in Marietta. So
Yes.
that's where we're going.
See, look, my head's
thanks,
so
Philip.
big. Thank you. I love all those helpful ones.
Yes.
All right.
Also, since Philip's so kindly
yes, I
commenting,
should have said that first.
I know, let's give a shout out, Philip Goldstein. Thank you, sir, again for your generosity in letting us come film in this building. So he's quite a Coca-Cola fan as well. For those who don't know.
Just for your notice, Philip, there was some Coca-Cola images in that box. I'm just saying. You'll know what that means, but all right. So it doesn't need to be the right way for you guys, but
Okay.
So you've got Coryell here, which is actually a street behind us, and then you've got Ollie Street, which was then called Tank Street. Like, that's a great name. I want to live on Tank Street.
Yeah.
The reason it was called Tank Street is because the water building, the waterworks had a tank farther down the road, so
Makes
that's why
sense.
it's called that. Hi, Matt. It's good to see you. So you have these two properties right here. Here's Roswell Street. So you've got two properties, two dwellings owned by Groover members, but it actually goes farther down the lot that we're on now. So all these little buildings are gone. This is 1923.
Mm-hmm.
All Sanborn maps, because this is what this is, only 1923 goes this far. Everything else is really kind of at the
Tighter
heart.
into the city.
Into the square.
downtown,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Even though now, people would say this is downtown Marietta still.
Well,
This is not square, though. That's
right.
the difference.
That's right.
So we had two buildings, two houses, and a few outbuildings. And so when we go downstairs, we're going to show you more. But I want to show
And they
you.
had hundreds of acres.
Oh yeah, like Groover property went farther down. Where
Almost 41 probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Where Park Street Elementary is, that was Groover property.
Mhm.
So yeah, not Grover, Groover.
Groover.
Very important.
Yes.
It's a good name.
So
I'm gonna flip the camera and show you guys kind of just where Cobb Hardware is, because it was Groover Hardware. That's what we had decided yesterday.
I think so.
So I'm gonna move the camera too. 'cause it
Groover was
very-
around here though, because I did see them. I looked at some directories for this property, and I did see Groover Hardware at a different address on Roswell Street. So I don't know if it moved, if it was, so I don't know. And it wasn't next door to us.
If there's one thing Marietta businesses are good at, is moving different places when they needed to.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
always,
So,
it's always.
who knows?
All right, I'm gonna switch the camera around. We're gonna move forward.
Yep. And Cobb Hardware has been there, gosh, forever. I haven't looked up the history of that building, but I would say at least since the 60s.
Yeah,
Cobb
so there
Hardware's
is
been
Cobb
there.
Hardware.
Yeah.
This little street that car just went through, that's Lakewood. And then you've got some more buildings. That was Groover property too. And then if I scan this way, you can see a little bit of the National Cemetery, but that's really not the best view.
Mm-hmm.
So,
We are planning on doing the National Cemetery as one of our History Love companies this year. So don't know when yet, but we are gonna.
Yeah,
when the weather gets a little better, we're gonna go out there and talk about the history of the cemetery.
yeah, because they maintain that cemetery. They were maintaining it yesterday. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
May.
Yeah, sure, maybe.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
this. I know we were talking about bottling history, but before we go downstairs, we want to show them this room.
Yeah, I think so. So this room, we are upstairs in the building, and this building currently houses a number of businesses. It's been subdivided into suites. So some of the walls, of course, are new and fresh, and there's some new architecture throughout. But they also maintained, when they renovated the building, they maintained a lot of the old feel, the brick. And this behind us, this wood wall, this is one of the original walls, paneled walls that would have been in the back of the building. They had an addition put on the second floor back of the building, which
That came later.
yeah, that came later, 2002, I think, is what I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong, Philip. And so until then, it was kind of a L-shaped building with a little. The second floor was only over the front half of the building.
Yep.
So this would have been an exterior wall right here.
Yes.
So also, point the We've got the lovely brick walls here that were put in. You can still see some of the, you know, metal bolts and pieces throughout the brick wall that, you know, who knows what kind of equipment would have been attached there for the bottling process. You've got a nice paneled ceiling up here. And then if we go into this room over here.
Well, hold on. Let's take one step back so they understand that
here.
this is...
Oh. Okay. One step back. So we're going through a walkway into the addition, the 2002 addition. So that would not have been there. We're moving into some office space that was put on later. So so I'm just going to go in this office right here and show them. If you go in here, you can see. Oh, I can't do this with it. Anyways, this is the original exterior wall. Yeah. So from the outside, this would have been, you know, from the outside. And it looks like there's been some brick repair there. You can see the difference in bricks. So I don't know. I bet that was a big window, be my guess. That was a big window looking out back. And they bricked it up.
And you can kind of tell at the bottom too, where like how the roof line would have been. Yeah, you can totally see that. Yeah, you can. There's probably, is that roof, like roofing right there, tar kind of sticking out there? Yep. So that's where the roof was. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, so we're gonna go back. Oops, which way? Oh my gosh!
I know I can't walk and.
Well, now it's not so bad.
It's super tall. That's why.
Well, because
I don't like tripods. Angles. Okay.
We were looking real weird in one lighting, so we gotta work on angles.
This is kind of weird too. I do have a halo though.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about the history of this property a little bit before the bottling plant was here. Showed you some of the architectural details that are left still in the building.
Oh, did you show the floor? Did you show this?
I don't know. No, I didn't show the floor.
Because we all love a good wood floor.
Yeah, nice wood floor. There we go.
Yeah, not super wide planks or anything, but it gives that nice sound.
I do wonder, because there's not a lot of, there's a little bit of stains there, but it still looks pretty good. I do wonder if perhaps this was office space and all the machinery was, well, maybe not carpeted, but all the machinery and oil and dirt and all that maybe was downstairs.
Yeah, probably.
So we're going to continue to walk through this building, and we're going to go down into the lobby because Philip has some really great historic photos framed down there for us to talk about. Were there any articles before we move on that you wanted to talk about with the Brewers? Or?
No. Let's do that. So I'm going to... Do you want me to grab the camera, or do you want to grab it?
I can grab the camera. And
yes.
And real quick, Krista and I did get an opportunity to do it, because you guys know me. If you've watched any of these episodes last year, you know I'm always asking, is there a basement or an attic?
It was pretty funny.
And I don't think I didn't get an answer about the attic, but basement there is one. Chris and I did go down there, but we can't put it on camera, unfortunately. But it is a pretty cool attic, and there's actually a cool secret tunnel that was put in, we think, to help maintain some of the machinery up on the first floor. So
so you could like go up under the machinery versus trying to go down.
Yeah, it's pretty cool down there. So Philip, 52 Directory, Groover Hardware was located on what was then 100 Washington Avenue, now Roswell Street.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I knew in the 60s, I was flipping through some of those directories in 70s earlier, and it was a different number on Roswell Street, but it wasn't. This was 358. And
this is 358.
It's just, and then next door is like 320 or something like that. So, okay, so let's go.
Make sure you show that view before we...
That view, I will.
Oh,
Okay. Okay, yeah. So here we are. Look at that view, if you can see. You can't see the, there it is, the monument, you call that a pergola? What do you call that? I don't know what you call that. But you've got a really nice office space over here. And we are going to go down the stairs. And I'll try not to fall down the stairs. I know. All right, so here we are in the main lobby. And we're going to go to each of these photos one by one in a minute here, but I'm going to take this off so I can actually, hold on a second, guys, sorry. move around a little bit better. So you come in the front doors, which these doors were pretty sure, I think either they're original or they were reproduced to look very similar to the originals, because as you look at pictures, you notice the same style door. Of course, it didn't originally have those bars, but this window up here is a frosted glass window that is original, so that's really cool over the entrance. And then, it's just a really beautiful space. Originally, that would have had, the second floor would have gone all the way across. So originally this wasn't one big cavern, but, and you can kind of see up top there, what's left of the rafter to hold the second floor up there.
And in this part, we had the little wood pieces.
Yeah,
inside.
this is interesting. We noticed that a number of the spots have wood, and we really don't know what that's for, if it was used to attach, pieces of machinery or furniture or what, but that's kind of cool. And yes, so this is the spot. Yeah, before we go over to the historic photos. Oh, I lost my hat. Okay. In the lobby, if you come in here, you're going to see these bad boys. These are sweet. These are Philip's collection, part of his collection. And some of you may remember all of these, because they're not, they're old, but they're not that old enough to where we won't remember them. So yeah. I think this one, he said, was from the 70s. It looks pretty 70s with the paneling there.
Does anybody notice on the drinks something interesting
yeah.
about the drinks? I mentioned it yesterday. I was like, what?
Yeah, look at this. It's a Coke machine, but it's also selling Pepsi. We asked Philip. He said that's just because he wanted to sell Pepsi too.
Well, because he had people that like Pepsi.
There were a few people in town who liked Pepsi. So this one, it came out of his dad's.
I wrote it down.
Yeah, oh good. I think it was his dad's business.
Yeah.
And from the 50s.
Yeah,
And
from the one on East Park Square.
on East Park Square, that's right, when Goldstein's was on East Park Square. So that's pretty cool. And if you look up here, there's a sticker. It says, Marietta Bottling Company Cooler Service, right there, taking care of it. So that's pretty cool. This one, I think, was a 1960s version here.
In the last one, the smaller one, was from West Park Square, 1968, and young Philip Goldstein, the entrepreneur, had this machine and would fill it up. And
he bought it when he was 10 years old, and that was, I think, his first foray into making money.
So this one is scratched out too. But it's
yeah, it sure is. Yeah, there it is. So these are pretty fun, and what a perfect spot to display them. So. Anyways, let's go over to the pictures, and we'll really get into the history of Coca-Cola bottling in Marietta.
Maybe we start with this one.
Okay, let's start with this one. And we do have these photos in our collection, but it was just easier for Krista and I to kind of just use these, even though there's a glare on the glass. Let me try to get an angle where you don't see the glare. From the side, it's a little bit better.
So what you guys are seeing is you've got wooden walls here, beams. You've got the bottles, and you've got the whole works.
Dirt floor?
It looks like a dirt floor. But this is at Husk Street, where Mill Street dead ends into it. If you don't know where Husk Street is, don't worry, it doesn't exist anymore, so that's not your fault.
It's okay.
But it's pretty much on the property of First Methodist now.
Yeah, it's in the middle of their parking lot. It ran parallel to Denmead Street, which is, if you're aware of the herb shop on Mill Street, right behind that is Denmead, and then Denmead would go down past the herb shop and dead end in front of the market, the new Marietta market.
Pretty much where the loop goes in, kind of that's that location of Husk Street.
Right.
Right there.
Somewhere in there. So that was this building, and this building, we think they moved into, was the original church. Didn't we find that?
Yeah, it says here that...
I'm going to turn this around so you can see you. And you can turn it around.
Yeah, so let me read it first and I'll turn it around. This church was built, the First Methodist Church was built around 1838, and occupied a building until 1848, when the new church was built on Atlanta Street next to where Marietta Lighting is now, that kind of area.
Well, they're not there now.
No, they're not.
When that article was written.
Yeah, it's a salon, I think, now.
By Glover Park
Glover Park
Brewery, yeah.
So the building went through several changes. There was a carpenter shop, and it was the original Coca-Cola bottling company as shown here, which is the picture Amy just showed you. And then the person that headed that up was E.M. Smith, Edgar Smith. But he started it as Gem City Bottling. So
He
that's
came
where
here
it
from
went.
Chattanooga?
No, I think
No.
he was in, it might have been Tennessee, but I don't know if it
Okay,
was Chattanooga.
okay.
Let me grab his little bio. right
Yeah.
here. So Gem City Bottling,
Is what started there in 19...
early 10, a little bit before that, but I don't have the.
No, I think it's 1906.
Is it 1906?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, this is circa 1906, that
Oh, that
picture.
one, I'm sorry,
Yep.
yes. I'm
So
sorry.
around 1906, he moves in. So actually, this picture would have been Gem City Bottling, as it says. Think, if I would read the sign that Philip put there, I would know.
So Mr. Smith's experience began in 1898 in Anderson, South Carolina.
Oh, that was it.
That
Okay.
was it, yeah. And then when I went into the bottling business, the trade of making carbonated drinks and getting them out to your customers differed in great many particulars from the business as it is today. So you can see all of these bottles here, and it looks like, I know it's really hard, guys. We can put these back
Oh,
up,
look.
too.
It says Gem City Bottling
does it?
on the thing right there. The crate. Yep.
So those look like they're getting processed to almost either be cleaned or maybe looks like they are getting filled or whatever, the next
Yeah.
step is. But I wanted to read the process of cleaning.
Oh, yeah. Read that.
This is pretty funny. This is from 1928, so this article.
Okay.
One of the most striking differences that comes into Mr. Smith's mind in the way we used to clean our bottles compared with the refined, efficient methods in the way we do it today. I'll describe the whole process to you as I remember it. Our equipment for cleaning bottles consisted, for the most part, of two big galvanized tubs. So imagine your two big laundry tubs there.
Yep.
We would fill both of these tubs with bottles and then sprinkle salt soda all over them.
Okay.
Then water was poured over these lots of bottles, and then they were allowed to stand for about 10 minutes. After they had stood this length of time, the bottle washer, that would be a person, would pick up several bottles at a time and in each hand shake them up good.
Yeah.
After this first step in the cleansing, they would go into another tub of clear water this time. Could you imagine that? Like, that is not, it's totally not sanitizing, but it's clean.
It's clean. That's the way it was back then.
So, yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's good. But that's from 28. They're still in that location, but we think a new building, which we'll get to in a minute. But first,
I don't think that picture's,
oh, I don't know.
the brick one's here.
Oh, shoot. Did we bring it?
Hold on.
Okay. We can post it if we didn't. So that's Gem City Bottling in 1906. Now, in 1910, in 1910, Coca-Cola, a representative from Coca-Cola in Atlanta, came to Edgar Smith and offered to buy him out because he had all the plant was going well, and they wanted him to only do Coca-Cola products, because what was it at the time they were doing? Root beer and strawberry and
it says
all
here,
that.
as I remember, among the beverages bottled at the plant were such old-time standby soda waters as root beer, which is always like a real old one, cherry, lemon, and strawberry.
Yeah.
Our sales were confined largely to small places, including grocery stores, some restaurants, and a few commissaries.
Okay, so then Coca-Cola comes in 1910, and they say, hey, we want to form a partnership. Actually, what ended up happening is Edgar Smith ended up selling the entire company, the bottles, the equipment, everything to Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola bought it all, and then they hired him as the manager.
Yes.
Is he in this picture? I think.
He's this
yeah,
one.
he's that one right there. So that's him. So this is the guy that started it all in Marietta.
He looks like an Edgar.
Yeah, and then he's got his workers over here. And this is still the same location. I think, and this, what we were talking about earlier, if you look at this building, it's brick. And this is more of a plant, factory type building. Whereas this one looks, you've got the wooden walls. I think they started out in this one and then at some point built a new brick facility, which is what you had referred to earlier.
He said, sorry guys.
In the same location.
Same location, but 1910.
Yeah.
He built
Okay.
this brick building.
So I think that's what this is.
Yeah.
This is the new, brand new brick building. That's probably why they're taking pictures, because they're proud. And again, this is still on Husk Street over there by the Marietta First Methodist. Yeah. And so yeah, so there's that. John Purdue says, I worked there in 1986 when it was a company called Stretch Tech. They sold and delivered those big rolls of clear film. You can wrap up big pallets of whatever, sort of like big rolls of saran wrap.
Yep.
I was a delivery driver. Well, John, that is great because
Do you have any business stuff?
not only that, but I actually spent the better part of my morning going through newspapers from 1960s to 1990, like 68 to 98, trying to figure out what was in this building between that time. So we'll get to that in a little bit, but I did not see that it was that company. So that's great. So, okay, we talked about that one. 1910, Coca-Cola buys the company, so then it becomes Coca-Cola bottling. And
So, like, this one-
oh my gosh, this is so hard to see.
I know.
Hold on, let me see. Okay, here, I'll go up. There we go. So this is Marietta Coca-Cola Bottling Company, also circa 1910. So it's in this brand new building. They're proud. They're now only serving or bottling Coca-Cola products, which at the time was just Coke.
Yeah.
I don't think they had any other
Nope.
products at that time. And that's some of the machinery. Now, what I would love to know is whoever renovated this building, what happened to all the machinery? You know, they probably took it with them, or
Well,
just
wasn't
know.
there something about the County Board of Education or something in here?
Well, yeah, they were in here for a little bit, yeah.
But also, yeah, they might have took it with them, or they
Yeah.
sold it. I
Yeah.
mean, make some money.
Maybe.
So
That's true. But that's pretty cool. If anybody has any parts in that machinery, I mean, that's really cool. So,
yeah, that Coca-Cola stuff.
all right, so also at Husk Street, before we move away from the Husk Street, can you find here? You want to hold this, and I'll find what I want. How about that?
She'll find what she wants. I don't know what she wants. She wants something. It became, you know, when you use the word Coca-Cola for your search, a lot of things pop up for ads, so it was hard to cull down to find exactly what we needed. All right, you ready? I'm going to turn towards you.
We only have a copy of this. The owner let us copy it and then took it on. Actually, it was Edgar Smith's daughter.
Yes.
Who let us copy this. So this is the Gem City Bottling Works, which remember that was in 1906. In 1910, this document is his handwritten deed, I guess, selling all of his property to the Coca-Cola company.
You know, the thing at the top, okay, it says Gem City Bottling Works, and then it looks like it says Blood Wine. The next one. What does that say?
It does. Bloodwine. I have no idea what that is.
I don't know. Is it like
Maybe
cheer
that's
wine? Like
Maybe
from
that's
North
what he
Carolina?
was bottling.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But yeah, so so he had Cascade
Is he
Ginger.
Catholic?
I doubt it. Cascade Ginger. I know. I get. Oh my God. So Cascade Ginger Ale, Cola Coke, and soda phosphates. But look at this. What does it say? $650.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, I do love a good cursive handwriting like his.
Yes.
That's a good one.
And then this one also from her.
No, this is him. This is Coca-Cola. This is the guy who came
I
up.
mean, but I'm assuming it came from Clara.
Oh, yes. No, I'm sorry. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
okay. So this is Coke's in 1910, March 18th, 1910. That was March 14th.
So yeah, it's pretty much.
That's his version. This is their version. They had,
Look at that letterhead. See,
Yeah.
there's something you don't see anymore. Really good, like
letterhead.
big on letterhead like that.
And this is, of course, before Coke goes to their trademark bottle. So early on, Coke had these bottles with that diamond-shaped label, and you can see those at the Atlanta Coca-Cola Museum.
Yes.
If you haven't been there, I highly recommend it. I love it.
So yeah, that is a really
you
cool.
have to try Beverly. That's the big one.
Ugh, no, that's
It's
disgusting.
an Italian soda.
It's Italian soda. Yeah, that's true.
The only thing to come out of Italy I didn't like.
What's the Beverly? Okay, so I'm gonna let Amy look. So, what ends up bringing Blood Wine is a brand of okay. So Aaron, it's like cheer wine. I gotcha. So, what the article about pre? All right, hold on. So, Is that this building? The candy one? Oh, that's right. Okay, sorry. You know how we like stories, people, so here's a story.
So, 1910, they build their fancy brick building that we've looked at pictures of. And they are there until 1939.
Well, yeah, they're building this building,
They
yeah.
built this building in 1939, and then in 1940, they open up here. So that's how long they were on Husk Street, okay?
Yeah.
So, in 1941, so just to wrap up the Husk Street building, in 1941, they've left that building, and I just thought it was cool that a candy manufacturer, that's the Carter Candy Company, one of the largest manufacturers of stick candy in the South, has moved his factory from Chattanooga and began operation this week in Marietta in the old Coca-Cola bottling company plant on Husk Street at the foot of Mills. So I just thought that was cool. A candy company went in there. After that, in 1941, I don't know how long that lasted with the war coming on.
Yeah.
Still making candy. I don't know. We'll have to look that up.
Yes.
You know, look at that candy. But then later on, also, the building is still there in 1963. And there's an article in the Marietta Daily Journal. This is November 12th, 1963. Sorry, this is 2 weeks after Atherton's explosion.
Oh, okay.
That just
done. You were thinking. I saw the gears.
Okay,
I saw them.
November 6th, okay, yes. So 2 weeks after the Atherton's explosion on the square, which we've done a History Loves Company about, so find that in our archives. A partially burned body of a man found in the basement. A 46-year-old Marietan was found dead Monday in the basement of the old Coca-Cola bottling company plant on Husk Street. Detective Clarence Robinson said. The man, identified by police as Oliver Franklin Buford of Garrison Road, was found lying on a dirt floor in the basement of the building. The building, located in an isolated section, is presently occupied by a furniture company, Robinson said. He added that there was no one in the store at the time Buford was found. At the scene, several hair tonic bottles and the evidence of a fire were found. Robinson said he had no idea as to what caused the fire.
The hair tonic?
He said, I don't know if he started it to keep warm or what. But the fire was set to an old quilt and parts of cardboard boxes. And Buford was burned on the lower part of his body. So, yeah. That's unfortunate.
That isn't unfortunate.
So, that's the Husk Street building. So they move out in 39 and come here. But first, before they come here, they actually purchased, the Coca-Cola company purchased land on Church Street on the corner of Church and Campbell Hill. And they were going to build a plant like this there. But residents in the area on Church Street and around there protested. They didn't want a Coca-Cola bottling plant. And Kristen and I were talking earlier because, it's interesting because the Brumby Chair Company has a huge factory building there.
Right.
If you go back on Session Street, there were all kinds of factories and buildings and mills. The
Yeah.
mills were back there. So it was kind of an industrial area anyways, except for Church Street, of course.
Right.
Pristine.
It is
So-
different.
So you don't touch that. But so there was such an uproar that the Coca-Cola company ended up selling that property and purchasing this property from the Groovers to build this building.
Yep.
Right?
Yes. So if you guys will look on our Facebook page from yesterday's post, you'll see the exterior of this building. In order to, it's a small version, but you get a better idea. So hold on, let's show that one more time. There it is. See, and you can see the steps are in the front. They are not in the front now. And actually, I think the awning that is over the doors covers the Coca-Cola wording because it's on there. If you look at that picture,
it does. Okay, yeah.
So there is an awning on this building now that, because I do appreciate not being wet when I walk into a building when it's raining.
Yes.
But it covered really pretty wording. So 1939, you get the building here. Who is it? I don't know who. I bet in Coca-Cola Archives, Brenda probably has the first recipe with cocaine in it. They do have like Pemberton's recipe, if I remember that correctly.
It's in a vault on display.
Yeah, it's legit.
And I'm so sure it's really there.
I'm sure.
They claim there's a vault in their exhibits at the museum. They claim that that's the vault where the secret recipe is.
Yeah.
Whether it's really inside, we don't know.
I don't know. I wasn't in there. So,
security, the Capitol
So those we already did. Those pages we don't need. So
Say that.
I didn't say nothing.
Sorry.
There she goes again, stirring that pot.
Stir the pot. I can't help myself.
So they come over here in Roswell Street in 1939. That's when you start to see some development, but it really doesn't develop until World War II. That's when Roswell Street kind of really grows with business, because also you've got to remember, literally right down the road is Marietta Superhighway, Highway 41,
Yes.
or as it was then known, the 2-lane. But that was a big connecting route. So they build this facility, and actually, Amy, what I'm going to do is walk over to that poster that Philip has. So there's this great poster over here that Mr. Goldstein has had redone. So let me scan over it. Take a 3-minute view of the new Marietta Coca-Cola bottling company. So look at this, guys. That's the building, and you can kind of see.
Like you
So,
said,
yeah,
it's
if
a
you'll make
better
it up
view
close.
of this kind of stepped front with the stairs up the front side.
So you could actually go and visit, and at that point it was 506 Roswell Street. Numbers changed in the, what did we decide, mid-60s?
Between 60 and 63.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And then you can see some of the newer ways to clean. And look, they even have an inspector observing for cleanliness.
Nice.
Excuse me. And then they are being filled. And then we're going to show you this building where all the fleet trucks are later, because it's outside and we're
Yeah,
trying to stay inside as much as possible. But yeah, so they would, your visiting hours 9 to 12, 1 to 3, and except on Saturday. So yeah, this is right at its opening. Isn't that cool? It's just so amazing to see that.
There is one more picture of Husk Street over here.
Excuse me. Let me take a
some
half a step back.
employees.
So yeah,
Ian Smith, the manager, he's on the end there.
yep.
This is circa 1925.
I'm gonna go around you. Trying to get, oh, that's a little bit better. Yeah, there you go. So we have Eugene. Oh, okay. So before I forget, Edgar Smith is the one who starts it here.
Yes.
Eugene Smith, the son, works for Dad and then
Yes.
continues on. So let me pull that
Right.
really
Yeah.
quick.
You want me to hold this?
Yes, please.
Okay. Oh boy. Sorry about that view.
Whatever, that was not.
It was my face.
Oh, no.
Really
So,
close.
This is a copy of Hi Magazine, and no, it's
Hi.
Hi, hello, nothing else. This is an employee magazine for Coca-Cola, June, July 1969. Eugene Smith retires after 50 years as a Coca-Cola man.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the son of Edgar Smith, and he's the one. I mean, he went places within Coca-Cola. At one point, he goes there. They call him the man to whom Coca-Cola has been a way of life and has seemed ageless. So he retired. He steps down as executive vice president of the company. So he really made his way.
Of the bottling
Of
company.
the
Or
no,
Coca-Cola.
through Coca-Cola.
Oh, of Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
So yeah, but he mainly works because you got to remember at that point you got all these different divisions.
Mm-hmm.
So he was a Georgia Tech guy, but he came here and he worked for the bottling part, makes his way up into executive vice
Okay.
president. So
Nice.
I know that one was kind of
Nice.
cool. Let me tell that story before I forget,
Yeah,
because you know we love a good story.
we do.
So this is from November 5th, 1956. The police blotter. You know it's going to be
Oh,
good
yeah.
when it's from there. Safes, cash, safe in fall and drilling. I don't know who came up with that. Safe crackers who raided the Marietta Coca-Cola bottling plant on Roswell Street used ingenuity, but not quite enough persistence. The officers say the safe was tossed down stairways. Now I don't know if were there any stairs here?
I don't know where the original stairway was. Philip, if you know, if you want to shout
we're gonna
out.
see.
Yeah, I don't know where the original stairway was.
So, so the officer said that it was the safe was tossed downstairs into the concrete basement from a second floor office in an effort to break it open. This failing, the plant's they used the torch and electric drill to cut a 10-inch square hole, which I don't know how you make a square. I guess you can make a square hole.
Sure.
In the bottom of the safe. The safe crackers only reached papers. Plant officials said $500 and change was in a drawer on the top shelf of the safe, but the burglars apparently abandoned their efforts. You were so close.
After tossing it downstairs and everything, they abandoned
If you
it.
guys have ever seen any of those old safes, whether it's a big one or a little one,
Yeah.
they're heavy.
Oh, I don't know how they did. They must have had a bunch of guys, more than 2 men, surely.
I don't know. But
Philip said he does not know other than the stairway to the basement.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So
I know where that is, but I
I
can't
do
show
know
you.
where that is. Maybe they did push it down there. So, oops, as I did that. I wanted to read this too, though. So Edgar Smith, he died in 1961 at the age of 81. But again, he started the Gem City. I want to be that person that has the foresight to get started in something so early.
Oh,
How
I
did he
know. I know it.
Soda pop, whatever
Dang
you call
it.
it, was going to be the business. But
How did he
knew
know?
it. How did he know? So yeah, he worked here for 35 years and retired in 1945. But again, he got in early and was smart enough to know that Coca-Cola was the way to go.
Yes,
Because
absolutely.
maybe he could have sold a little bit later, but it made more money.
Well, there were a lot of other bottling companies at that time, or not, I mean,
Yeah.
soda companies at that
For
time.
sure. Oh, yeah,
The
no.
Coke wasn't the only one around, so, you
No, it
know, he
wasn't.
could certainly have been, you know, approached by other companies. I mean, Birmingham had, I think, Red Rock or Rolling Rock or one of those. There were a number of them, yeah,
there's
for
a
sure.
number of them. Pepsi,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody. But so this building, Coca-Cola leaves this building in '68, but this is from 1969, guys. If you can see this, this is the kind of like ad to sell the building,
Okay.
what it has. So it's got faces Roswell Street, has over 13,000 square feet. It's a 2-story brick building with an elevator, has a basement, is heated, partially air conditioned, and nicely appointed restrooms. That's really all that matters.
Yes, 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 yes.
Right? A mixed building is located in the rear, contains over 2,700 square feet. A garage and a car shed contain over 9,400 square feet. So a total square footage of almost 28,000 square feet. So it gives you an idea how big this property is. So yeah, they were trying to sell it, and what it ends up seeming like it happens that it never really gets a good traction for a long period like Coca-Cola. There are, as the gentleman said earlier, his business was here. Somebody yesterday said they had a real estate company in here.
Yeah.
There's
So in 1972, I know that the Cobb County School Board was here. I think their maintenance department was here, maintenance and operations. But we don't have every year of every directory, and it's spotty. And so I know in 70 they weren't here, and in 75 they weren't here. So I don't know exactly.
and the
when.
library is closed. That's why we couldn't go over
So
there.
yeah, so I do know in 72 the school system was here.
Yeah.
And then
There was one thought in the 80s to make Roswell Street that gateway to Marietta.
Right.
And one idea was to turn this building into like a small artists
That's
community,
Right.
and in the back make it like the area for the farmers market.
yeah, which I thought that was a fantastic. We're gonna go out there, y'all, and it's a fantastic spot for a farmers market. So Philip, maybe you can start a rival farmers market. Pull all those vendors and then maybe we'll have parking on Saturdays. How about that?
So, do you want to go outside now?
Yeah, how about it?
I'll take the camera so you can put your coat on.
I'm going to put my coat on.
We'll just
Thank
leave
you.
all this stuff.
Okay.
All right, so here's the view, guys. See, there's the view. They were working out here yesterday, so. All right. It's going to be a little loud.
Real quick.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
We do know when they left here in 1968.
Yeah.
It's because they had such a large, they had so much business, they needed a larger space to bottle more. And so.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Are you telling me Coca-Cola is a popular product that needed a bigger space? I'm a little confused by this. Shocking.
This is the 60s now, you know, so I know not many people like Coke today, but.
I still do.
I'm a Diet Coke girl, person. But anyways, in 68, they actually moved to that building that's on 41. It's on 41, you're 41 in Canton.
Well, where
And
Canton goes over,
it
yeah.
goes over 41.
Yeah.
75 interchange, that right there.
Yeah.
Just south of that, on 41, is the Coke bottling plant, which is still there.
Yes.
Now, we don't know all the history of the bottling plant company itself once it left this building. Coca-Cola moved it to that location, but I do know in 2017, a company called Coca-Cola Bottling United, which is a separate company from Coca-Cola. They're a bottling company and they have a whole history themselves, came out of Birmingham. But they took it over, so that's just running that bottling plant now. It's not actually run by Coca-Cola itself. So between 68 and 2017, I don't know the ownership of the company itself. I don't know what that history is. But,
Yeah.
But they're still there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, let's go outside. Brr, people, it's cold. I haven't even stepped out yet, and I know it's cold.
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
All right, we're gonna go over just to this angle, just so because I think I saw it better on this side. Bushes. But see, okay, hold on, Amy, before I forget. That part right behind Amy is the extension. This is not original.
Yeah, that wing over to the right of it.
Yeah, this is, all of this right here is not original.
Right.
This kind of is.
Yeah.
But look, if you look right there, you can see the Coca-Cola.
Zoom in.
I don't know, can you zoom in while I'm standing here? There you go.
Ba-bum.
Teamwork makes the dream work,
Yes.
people.
And under it, apparently it says Coca-Cola, but
You can kind of see it. No, you can kind of see where the lettering is, but the awning covers it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so very like Art Deco style, and I love it.
I know, I love that too.
All right, zoom back.
Oh boy,
See?
I can't zoom out.
All right, hold on.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. We're okay now. We're
look,
okay.
Look at the light fixtures.
Oh
too,
yeah,
though.
we'll go back over
I
this one.
don't know if those are original, but they're old. That's all.
They
I know.
look on the building, on
I
the
think they're
pictures.
original.
And then here's the door, better idea. I
Yeah.
do think it's a little bit, it is in the pictures. There you go. Ha. In the pictures, it is a lot better. All right, we're gonna get off the front here because it's loud.
You wanna walk this way?
Yeah, that's fine.
You wanna go through inside?
Oh, we can go through inside. We'll go through inside. All right. So we're gonna walk through, you're gonna see businesses. I keep forgetting that we went through this way the other day.
Yeah.
So there's really not a whole lot to like show you, but this right here where these walls are, it's kind of more the extension. So we're kind of in extension part here. You do have,
No, this is part of the original. Cause see,
No,
look
this-
how wide, look at how wide the doorway is.
right, but everything
This
past,
was the original exterior wall.
this is, but everything
Yeah.
beyond that
Yeah,
is,
beyond
yeah.
that. Yeah, so you can see how wide that
Yes, we know.
doorway is. They had to get
Yes.
through that wall.
Look at these post off. Oh, and then if anybody's interested in leasing space, I will put this out here for you.
Absolutely.
Help anybody out. It is a great building. See, but very, not a lot going on around here. So outside, here we go. So we are in the back of the building. And does this look familiar, guys? Does this look like a place where you would park delivery trucks? Because I
Remember
think
that
it was.
picture we showed you with the delivery trucks in 1940?
Yeah,
That's
that
this
original.
building. Yeah, and so it's pretty cool. You can still tell that it was a number of different bays.
Bays, yeah. And then we're gonna turn around and show you the back of this building, just so of the building we were just in, just so you can get an idea of. You could see the line. You see the difference in the color on the brick, guys.
Yeah.
That's the extension. So this whole back area would not have had this
Second
upper
floor.
second floor.
The second floor upper part was put on in 2002.
Yeah. So it's very. I mean, it's pretty clear. They did the best they could, but obviously we all know how matching bricks are.
Yeah.
It's not easy. So yeah, look at that.
All right.
Are we gonna go back inside where it's a
Yeah.
little bit warm? Oh, thank God. Thank goodness, it's a little chilly. So we're gonna go back inside. We're gonna tease about what we're gonna do next week, because y'all, you're gonna be shocked. But Amy and I have planned ahead. Like we are on it
On it.
for this month at least.
No, 3 months.
Well, we haven't
Yes.
confirmed next month, but we're getting there.
It'll happen.
It will happen
So-
because we make things.
We're going back all the way to the front.
Well, yeah, because that's where my stuff is.
Okay.
They love us. They'll follow us
So
wherever we
next
go.
week we are going to be outside, so please pray for good weather.
Yeah.
And so here we are,
All right, we're back in the front.
back in the front. So next week on History Loves Company,
Mm-hmm.
Season 2, we are going to Kennesaw Mountain, specifically at the mountain by the CCC Camp Ruins. So that's the Civilian Conservation Corps.
Yep.
Which was a program of the United States, for those who don't know. Just before World War II, it was a program to help get America out of the Great Depression.
Part of the Works Progress.
Yeah. Works Progress Administration, WPA, is part of that.
If you guys remember in the summer, we did one on the National Youth Administration. They worked heavy with CCC.
Yeah.
So go back and watch that one too.
So it's really cool because there are some trails around on the mountain. If you've never explored the mountain, there are some trails that have ruins of the buildings, the CCC camp buildings. And we've got pictures of what it looked like when it was there. They've got some great signage outside each of the ruins that you can read on your own as well. But we're going to take a ride out there next Friday. So
so if we get lost, I blame her because I haven't been there. So
I'm there all the time.
Okay, good.
No problem. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
Happy New Year to all.
Yes.
And we will see everybody next week outside at the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye,
Thanks
guys.
a lot. Bye.